As you can see, I got my filters back up here. So at this point, I'm going to show you how we bid. So I'm going to apply these filters, and 272 should go down about 3 or 4. So we got 3 tickets that's of interest. So we're going to bid on this ticket. I'm doing a video. So it opens up, and obviously because this is a client, everything is covered, but for the purposes of it, first thing we look at, I have basically a checklist that me and my team use. So we verify this client information. We look at the schedule. We look at the ratings. Obviously, we've done work for this client. And we normally go 7 to 10 pages back. And we're just, checking to see if this is a client that we want to work for. Now, usually with us, if it's a client we've worked for before, as long as there's no known issues, we don't even do this part. But for the purposes of this video, I'm showing you how we do this step by step. 7 back.
Someone was detected at your full backyard. Someone was detected at your full backyard.
So once we check that, now we're looking at pay. What the pay is over here in labor. Looking at the work qualifications. We know what this work is. So then we're looking at the mileage. We're going to click on the GPS and see what the mileage is from our location. This should get you within 5 miles, even with the address for the site not being available on the work order. Sleepy. Come on, old Mac. Alright, so put the address in, and then directions. So about 112 miles away. So I want to keep that number in mind. Verify everything on this ticket. So we rarely, even if it's a client that we know and we're okay with their pay, we rarely bid just request. We rarely use this button. It's rare, like super rare. Everything is a counter with us usually. So we'll go over here. This is where looking at that that pay or that mileage on the map up here at the top up here. So that was 112. So we'll just round it up. 115. Travel. Say there was no materials needed. So we'll take the rate that they offer, which in this case is $175 for an hour, $75 each additional. So we won't change that. We will keep the schedule that they have because it's already on the window. And this is how it saves us. Well, this is one step that we used to do that we no longer have to do. We don't have to count for time anymore. So everything else is pretty much as we want it. Only thing is, these are our bids, bid reasons. We have several. These first 3 are the top 3 that we use. And the only really difference is the pay amount. 110 for local, our window, 130 for over 50 miles, and then 150 for over 105. So it's a blended bid, so meaning the first 2 hours are fixed, and then each hour after that is an hourly rate. So like local is 55, over 50 is 65, over 105 is 75. So we're gonna modify this. So I'm gonna copy and paste it. Go back to my bid, and so again, this is what the reasons that you're gonna put in. Now on our, we have key considerations. Now these key considerations is just basically just informing the client of things that we have built into our policies and procedures. Now on Field Nation, they really can't enforce these, but if it's one of those things where we have to go into a legal situation, where this is something where, you know, in our experience, where the attorneys, we've never went in before a judge, but we have dealt with it, you know, between attorneys, where it's like, okay, well, you know, my client at Highland Solutions had this in their contract. Did you read it? And, you know, in the case where we had to do this, they didn't read it, and this was clearly stated in black and white. Even though Field Nation can't enforce it, the part that Field Nation can enforce is these reasons up here. So it's the reason for the counter offer. And in the reasons, we have the rate, the schedule, the trip charge, and the real material costs, and then the counter expiration. So this is what, you know, Field Nation can actually enforce. Everything else on here is just kind of a heads up to the client. So what we're going to modify is we're going to take the rate, and rather than me reinventing the wheel, I'm going to just change it. So we're just going to modify it, and, you know, this is the only client that I pretty much change it for, because I'm cool with the rate that they're offering. You know, as you can see, we still charges trip charge, and then it's 3-hour window. Trip charge is what we charge them, and then there's no material on this. I do have the basic material built in, you know, stuff that's common, and then the set expiration. It's 3:30 here, so I'll give them 3 hours to accept this bid, because we close at 7, so that'll be 6:30 p.m. here. So that's plenty enough time for a buyer to look at your bid, figure out if they want to hire you or if they want to hire somebody else. So that's that. So look at it, make sure it's what we want, and then we just send it. And once we send it, the next thing we do is we go back to our notes, and then we have several notes that is pre-bid. Then we have, once it's assigned, and this has our material list. So if we have to give some material off the truck that wasn't bid on originally, and usually if there's something built into the ticket where there is a material cost, normally we counter that up front, because I don't like asking for money on the back end. But we also have upon close, and then a few more narrative template that we use on all our narratives. But in this case, we just bid on this, so we're going to use our pre-bid or pre-acceptance note, copy, and then we're just going to paste that in the message. So that just notifies the PM or dispatcher that we've countered it. So it says PM buyer notification of counter, and that's pretty much it. How we bid. Nothing too dramatic, nothing too special. So hope this helps. Take care.